Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is another episode in the deck review series that I've been doing, and today I'm going to be doing the mystical Lenormand, and this has been a deck that has been inspired by Madame Lenormand from 1772 to 1843. So this is written, this deck has been produced and it's similar to the decks that she used. It's a 36 card oracle deck. It comes in this nice little box. It's quite small, and it's not a tarot deck, it is an oracle deck, so it uses a different kind of fortune telling to give its messages. And it comes in this nice little box, quite a small little box, and it says the fortune cards of Marie Anne Lenormand, and it has been printed by Urban Trish. That's the printers of this deck, and it gives you a little history about the deck in the back of the box itself. It says 36 cards with an instruction book, so it's a nice little small deck. You can put it in your purse and carry it around if you want to do readings for people or even read for yourself. This deck was initially published in 2006, let's have a look at it. So a nice little box. I mean, you can take it out, put it in a pouch if you like. I tend to keep my cards in the original deck boxes because I just like it. It's easy for me to find. So a nice little box, not the best of boxes, it's not the sturdiest of boxes, but I guess if you look after it, it will last the distance or go the distance. So it comes with its little white book and the deck of cards itself. So the little white book over here, you've got Regula Elizabeth Fiechter. That is the person who has actually done the deck itself. And it says the fortune cards of Marie Anne Lenormand. So it tells you about a little bit about the deck itself. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put this closer. And you've got the mystical Lenormand over here. This deck has been produced in 2012. It was originally produced in 2006, but they've reprinted it in 2012. And it tells you about the cards themselves. It tells you about Regula Elizabeth Fiechter. That's her name, Fiechter. It tells you how many cards there are in it. It tells you about getting to know your cards in this little book. And laying out the cards, preparation of the cards. And it gives you a little bit about what kind of spreads you've got. So you've got past, present, and future. I hope that's focusing well. And it tells you about the whole, using the whole deck as a card spread. So this is the Grand Lenormand deck that you would use. Grand Lenormand spread, rather, that you can do using the whole deck, the 36 cards. So that gives you that, it shows you the spread itself. And about each card in the spread, about what the cards mean within the spread, the big spread. And then it gives you a 9-card spread there as well. So quite a few spreads in this little book, and how to read the cards, which is very excellent because it's not often that Lenormand books tell you how to read the little white books. Don't really tell you how to read the Lenormand cards and that they interact with each other. So that's important to know. Usually you have to buy like a very, very thick, expensive Lenormand book to find that out, but this book really gives it to you really nicely on how to read and how the cards interact, and gives you a nice quite a few spreads as well. I'm quite surprised about. So once you get through the spreads, Lenormand spreads are not really that extensive. They're not rocket science, let me put it to you that way. It's the cards interact with each other, and once you learn the meanings of the cards, you can easily read the deck and see the interactions. So you've got all the individual meanings of the cards coming through here. Now you don't read Lenormand in the reverse, so it's only upright meanings in these decks or these readings, and it's usually the card interactions that give you the subtle nuances or what's going to happen, rather than reading the card in reverse. So it gives you all the meanings of the cards, and very nice little simple meanings of the cards. You're going through 36 cards over here and going through each one, nice and easily displayed, very easy to read, going right through. Like I said, you can keep this in your purse, and it's small enough to even fit in your little wallet. So it's pretty easy to carry it around. So learning the cards is not going to be an issue. 36 cards, and the pictures themselves are quite, they tell you a lot. And it tells you a little, at the end, it gives you a little bit about the author and the artist of this deck. So, I thought it was a very, very pretty deck. That's why I was attracted to it. And this little white book is quite simple, and it's got a lot of information in it, surprisingly. Excuse me. So, really a good asset to get with the deck. Don't ever throw away your little white books. They're very important when reading cards. So the cards themselves, the size is given as 7 by 12.8 centimeters. So it's a pretty small deck. It fits nicely into your hand. I love Lenormand cards for that because they're pretty small. They're not the same size as tarot cards, and they're pretty easy to read. I mean, you can even hide it in your hands if you have a big enough hand. So it's got this yellowish or orangey background with a lot of angels on the back over there, and then it's got like a solar system, or there's some galaxy over there. If you can see, probably galaxy with stars around it, little planets, and the moon. So a nice little painting drawing on the back. I mean, the card is reversible, but you don't really read Lenormand cards in reverse. They're usually just read in the upright. So I'm going to just go through the cards. The card stock is pretty good. It's pretty hardy card stock. Sometimes it puts a few of the tarot cards that I've seen to shame because the card stock's pretty good. It's not too shiny, so it's not going to slip and fall all over the place. You can hold it nicely and shuffle it quite easily. So let's go through the cards themselves. This is 36 cards, as a normal Lenormand deck would have. And the first card is the Rider card. Now, it's got it's almost like you're looking through a window at the scenery over here. It's beautifully painted over here. What is nice about this deck that I absolutely love is that it's got the astrology. So this has got Mercury on that first card, the Rider. It hasn't got the name of the card, though. It's just got the number on it. It's got this the astrology there. The other thing that it does not have is it doesn't have the playing cards on it as well. So those are two things that are missing: the name on the card, and also it doesn't have the playing card attribute on the card itself. But not a lot of people read that, and the playing cards used to be when they used to use Lenormand cards or cards as a game as opposed to fortune telling. Now, we don't really use that very much. I mean, for the most part, most people don't actually use the playing card attribute. So the deck not having it is okay. I mean, if you do want to use it in it and to enhance your readings, then get a deck that has got that on it. But what I liked about this deck is that it's got astrology, and I don't really usually find Lenormand cards with astrology on it. So this is quite a bonus as far as I was concerned. So I like it. It's something different. I do have Lenormand cards with the playing card attribute on it, and I use that for different readings, but this one has got the astrology on most of the cards, and I quite enjoy that. And the cards are really beautifully done. There's very, very nice paintings over there, and there's a little bit of extras on it, like the snake is a little extra, which gives you a little bit of an enhancement of the reading. So this is the Rider. This is the Clove. And you can see it's got the arrow there, which is indicating Sagittarius there. And this is the Ship here. And you've got the House. Now, not all the cards have the astrology, but some of them do. So this is the Tree, and you can see that's Virgo over there, which is about health. And it is like looking through a window. And you've got Neptune over here. And this is the Clouds, confusion usually coming in with Neptune. And then you've got the Snake over here. This is about Scorpio here. And what's nice is that they're facing in direction. So because the cards interact with each other, it's important to have direction on the cards itself. So the animal or the person should face a direction. That is important. And this is the Coffin. This is the Flowers. This is the Scythe, and you can see it has direction. This is the Whip. You can see there's the moon there. This is the Birds, and you can see there's a little sun there. This is the Child. It's a kind of sad, new beginnings coming in. This is the Fox, and you can also see this has got direction. So that's very important there. It's the Bear. This is the Stars, the Stork, the Dog, the Tower, This is the garden, the mountain, the path, the mice, the heart. This is the ring. This little magpie carrying the ring over there. Isn't that cute? You've got the book, the letter. This is the man, and you've got the sign for man over there, and which is Mars, and you've got the woman, which is Venus, and these are significators. So if you're reading for a woman, this is the card you draw the cards on, and this, if you were reading for a man, this would be significant as well. So these are the two significator cards, and I like the fact that it's multicultural. That I really love. And then you've got this is the lilies. So you've even got a Japanese woman there. Beautiful. And you've got this is the sun, the moon, the key, the fish, the anchor, and finally the cross. So it's a beautiful, almost a very international deck to it. It's got lots of pictures from all over the world. It's very multicultural. It's beautifully done. It's got the astrology on some of the cards, and it's a lovely card. The card stock is beautifully done. A beautiful deck to work with. It's got such a uplifting feel because the colors on it are done so beautiful. And you want to read a deck that looks pretty. I like color, so I think this is a beautiful deck, and I have used it for readings, and I really enjoy using them for readings as well. So this is and also this a little white book has got a lot of information in it, that I haven't seen in other little white books for Lenormand spreads. So you can learn a lot from it, and you can, once you go through this booklet, you can do the readings almost immediately. I don't see there'd be a problem with that at all. It's just a really nice, fun deck, and it's a very uplifting deck to work with. And it's nice and small. You can put it in your purse and carry it around. Read the book when you're on a little bit of a break, traveling in the bus, riding the elevator, that kind of thing. It's nice and small. It's really cute, and the deck itself is so beautifully painted and so beautifully done. I love it. So this is a nice deck for you to give a go to. It's not a fuddy-duddy deck. It's very upbeat, and it's colorful, and it's uplifting, and it'll give you a lot of good answers if you are that way inclined, and if you want to know what is going on. So I think it's something that a very seasoned person who's read tarot for years, read Lenormand for years can use, or even read tarot for years. A lot of tarot readers don't like to reuse Lenormand decks. Maybe they scare people because there's something new, and people don't like change. So it's really good to have something else beside a tarot deck in your arsenal of weapons, especially for fortune telling. And this is it gives you nice quick answers. It's a nice quick deck to read, and it's very, very clear. There's not a lot of fuss and bother even looking at the pictures, and they're very beautiful. It's nice and small enough to carry in your purse, and it will give you messages that maybe you won't get from the tarot, or it gives you it might answer questions where you can't get the answers from the tarot themselves. So that's why I recommend using Lenormand decks as well. They do enhance tarot readings, but also they give you a different kind of reading and a different kind of insight. So I hope that you will give this deck a go and buy it. I'll put the links in the description box. And please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments, and watch the other videos that I've put out. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.